Hi students, welcome to our physics class. In this class, I am going to continue the remaining part of the topic physical quantities and measurements. In last class, I have given introduction of this topic. Now, I will continue remaining topic. As in previous class, we studied about SI units. You all know that SI units are accepted by whole world, that is international system, that is begins from 1960. It is proposed by International Organization of Weights and Measurements. Now we are studying about rules for SI units. What are the characteristics of SI units? Now here, see, first one, units must be convenient to measure all the quantities. If you select a unit, that unit must be convenient to measure all the units. For example, meter. If you take meter, that meter should be useful to measure all the quantities what you are measuring all lengths. So that should be useful to measure any quantity by using that meter. So such a way, that unit must be convenient to measure all the quantities what we are measuring. Second one, it is written by small letters. Units are written by only small letters. Example, meter, kg, joule, like that. Next, units in the name of scientist is written by capital letters. For example, newtons for force, units of force, newtons, written by capital letters. For energy, watt. So we can for power, units of power, watts, written by scientist name, begin with the capital letter W. Capital letters when we are using scientist names as units. Next one, write only singular units. Don't write meters, don't write kgs. You should write only meter, kg. When you are writing units, don't write plural. You should write only singular. These are the rules should be followed when you are writing units. Next, there are some units can be multiplied or submultiplied. You see, multiplies and submultiples, multiples and submultiples of units. Yeah, when we use multiples, when we use submultiples. You see, to express huge quantity or large quantity, we multiply the units. For example, quintal is a huge quantity. Quintal is a huge quantity. That 100 into kgs, 100 kgs. So we are multiplying the kgs. We are multiplying many times, 100 times. Such a way, multiply the units to express the huge quantities. Similarly, submultiples of units. What are submultiples? To express the small quantities. For example, centimeter. Our SI unit is for length is meter. Centimeter is small quantity in the meter. So how we can express? The meter by 100. 100 centimeters is a meter. Meter by 100 submultiple. Here we are dividing that SI unit. We are dividing. So that is called submultiple. So centimeter is a small quantity expressing by dividing that unit. So these are called submultiples. So submultiples use for express only smaller quantities. Now once again, to express large quantities and huge quantities, we use multiples of units. To express small quantities, we use submultiples of units. Next, what are the devices using to measure the quantities? To measure the physical quantities, we need some devices. With the help of some devices only we can measure the physical quantities. For example, to measure the length, balance. Balances may be different. Simple balance, electrical balance, digital balance. There are so many. We can see in our shops. Different types of balances we can see to measure the mass or weight. Next, to measure the time, we need watch. Watch. Clock for to measure the time. Clock or watch. Next, to measure the temperature, we need the device thermometer. To measure the temperature, we need the device thermometer. Now, first concept, how to measure the length? How to measure the length of the anything? We use tape or scale or meter scale or tape to measure the length of the anything or any item. How we can measure? Take the thing what you are going to measure and take the tape or a scale. The 0th division is coincident to first end and second end is coincident to some another reading of the scale or tape. That reading we have to note it. That reading is that reading only gives the length of the thing. Once again, take the thing what we are going to measure. First end of the thing coincide with 0th division of the scale or tape, and second end other end where it coincides to that ruler or scale or tape, that is the reading of the length of, that gives the length of the thing what you are going to measure. Some precautions when you are going to measure the length. We should see the readings strictly to that reading, to that numbers. Where we are placing that place, at that place should be seen by our eyes strictly. Straight to that end should be straight to our eye. Should not see from sides. Then you will get some millimeters difference in the length. So we should see, observe that length with the eyes straight to that point, not from sides. If you see sides, that length may be little difference you will get. Such a way we can measure the length of the things. Now, by using lengths, we also can measure area of the things, area of the regular shapes, or some things what you are going to measure area, we can measure with by using this tapes or scale. How to measure the area? If that to measure the area, measuring area depends on the shape of the thing. There are some surface. What is area? Occupying surface area. Occupying space by the closed surface. Area means occupying space by a closed surface is called area. How to measure the area? There are some formulas to measure the area for regular shapes. If the surface is in regular shape is rectangle or square or rectangle or triangle shape or circle shape. If the shape of the surface is having such particular shape, is called regular shape, like rectangle, square, triangle, circle. We can use formulas to measure them. We know some formulas to measure the regular shapes. For rectangle, area of the rectangle, formula, length into breadth. Area of the triangle, formula, half into base into perpendicular height. Half into perpendicular height gives the area of the triangle. To measure the area of the circle, pi into r square. You know value of pi 22 by 7. 22 by 7 into radius square of radius, pi r square used to measure the area of the circle. To measure another regular shape, square. To measure the area of the square, side into side, length of the side into side, same. The length we repeat, side into side, side square. So gives the area of the square. These are all regular shapes. We can measure the area of the regular shapes by using formulas. Once again, for rectangle, length into breadth. For the triangle, off into base into perpendicular height. And for circle, pi r square. Means 22 by 7 into radius square. Per square, length of the side into length of the side. All sides are same, no? Per square, so side into side. These are the formulas to measure, used to measure the regular shapes, area of the regular shapes. Now, if the surface is not regular shape, how to measure the area? There is a method to find the irregular shape, area of the irregular shapes. To find area of irregular shapes, we discuss in next class. Thank you for listening. That's all for now.